Okay, everyone. Hi, everyone. I would like to welcome you to the DevLifeStyle June 2012 online event. My name is Yasir, and I'm a SharePoint MVP. And today we are going to discuss SharePoint Online. So this is basically a level 200 session. It will just give you a quick overview of what is SharePoint Online and what services are available and how you can use it. So let's kick it off. First of all, again, my name is Yasir. If you want to know about me, as I'm an MVP, I work for a company in Riyadh, and I'm a founder and the leader of a user group, a Riyadh SharePoint user group, and the site is available there. Please do visit the site. There's lots of material for there. You can take it out and study it. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer and I have certifications, plus my contact address is given right away on this page on all the social networks. Feel free to chat with me if you have any question or something. You can just drop me the email. So let's kick it off. The agenda for today is basically we'll look at what is Office 365, and we'll look at how basically SharePoint Online come into the picture. We will also take a look at what are the features available in Office 365, what are the features available in SharePoint Online specifically. Later we'll also I'll show you a quick demonstration, if possible, that how we can develop workflows on SharePoint Online, because having SharePoint available online other than your on premises will be a great opportunity for you to develop workflows, and I'll show you why custom workflows are not supported, so how we can develop workflows using the Microsoft Office technologies like SharePoint Designer and InfoPath. And then of course everything is a demo, so I'll show you how SharePoint Designer, how SharePoint Online plus Office 365 work and how you can access it. So first thing to note that basically SharePoint Online is a part of a set of product suite. If you guys have seen something called a business productivity online suite back in 2006, 7, and 8, you might find that SharePoint Online is part of Microsoft Office 365. So Office 365 is basically a V2 of BPOS. So what does it provide us? It provides us free server-based technologies and a set of Microsoft Office client technologies. So you have Exchange Online, you have SharePoint Online, and you have Link Online, and then there's another layer called Microsoft Office clients. So you have Word, Excel, and PowerPoint available to us, and you can just install it and deploy it in your office, in your enterprise. So what happens that these three server-side technologies, the cloud-based version of these technologies become available to you over the cloud. So basically, instead of deploying them on your premises, what you can do that you can buy it from Microsoft. So the best thing about Office 365 is that it's very easy to set up. I guess within 15 to 20 minutes of buying your Office 365 subscription, you will be able to set up Exchange, SharePoint Online, and Link Online at the same time, which will result in a highly efficient environment where you can do chatting using Microsoft Link client, you can use emails, and you can use SharePoint to share documents with each other, and collaborate on information. Plus, so this is the quick overview of Office 365. If I quickly show you that, if you look at these four products, basically they bring together the four best server-side technology on the cloud. So the best thing about Office 365 that it has different kind of experience for different kind of access, enterprises. So whether you are a small company, whether you are a mid-size company, or whether you are a large company, so you can buy Office 365 and start using it immediately. But one thing that I would like to say that we do not recommend, or there is no way I would say that you should not have on-premises deployment of SharePoint or all these technologies. There are scenarios where you want to use that, something like, you have a corporate office where everybody is in the network, but you have some offices which are far away from each other and it becomes very hard for them to collaborate, or using the VPN or something. So what you can do that you can use the Office 365 experience. You can buy this online service, because Office 365 is a software as a service available to you. And then you can basically integrate all your on-premises investments with Office 365, which means that you can do federation. Means just a few minutes ago you did learn about claim-based, which means that you want to do single sign-on kind of stuff. So using Office 365 and federation services with Active Directory, you can do single sign-on within your employees. You can provide single point of access. You can also allow chatting, video conferencing, and online meetings rightly through your desktop machines. So how it's basically provided to you, so that Office 365 is available in different places on different continents. There are data centers available, and Microsoft has done huge investments. And the best thing about Office 365 that the deployment of your subscriptions is done in the geo-redundant data center. It means that you will have 99.99% high availability. It means that at any time, if one of the data centers is down, all other data centers will take over to give you the services. So the locations that we have until now are North America, Europe, and Asia. So you can basically choose where do you want to take your data center nearest to your location. If you are in Asia, you can choose it, and accordingly. But again, in terms of downtime, you will not have anything less than 99.99%. The data centers that they build are completely based on the best practices and standards available, like ISO 27001 and SAS 70. And basically all the environment is completely controlled and completely secured, so you don't feel any discomfort using online services. So basically all again, Office 365 is a very, very powerful way of providing quick and fast collaboration engine to your employees. Either those employees are sitting in your enterprise on the desk, or the employees who basically travel, or the employees who are basically moving all the time, so they can use their mobile devices, they can use all their tablets and everything to access information in a more faster and efficient way. One important thing is that the support for Office 365, as it's an online service, the support is available. The first part is that all the time a quick dashboard is available to you, which means that it allows you to see the health of your SharePoint, health of your subscription. It shows what services are available and what are having issue. Plus, it also shows you that if there's an outage, why it happened, and how Microsoft is fixing it. Plus, all the support by phone and by email is available 24/7. So at any time, if you have any issues, you can contact the Microsoft support team, and they will be able to help you out straight away. Plus, there are so many partners available that are building, that are providing support for the Office 365 infrastructure. So let me just quickly show you the demonstration of how Office 365 works. The first thing I will do, I will go to a URL. So first, as I told you that Office 365 is a cloud-based experience, so I will log in to the Office 365 portal. So it will basically ask me to sign in. One thing that, if you are in Saudi Arabia, you might feel that, oh, it's not available, but no, actually you can now subscribe to Office 365. It's available, you can subscribe, which will give you 25 user licenses for free. And if you are an enterprise, you can contact Microsoft Saudi, and they can extend it to something around 100. And I also heard that they can even extend it to 300 users for 3 months. So you can subscribe to 3 months trial account by simply going and logging to portal.microsoft online and click on sign up. So you can also go to office365.microsoft.com and subscribe to this service as well. And remember, it's free. There is no backup. So if you use it and then you want to move it to the next level, it's just a matter of clicking a few buttons, and then you will be able to just continue your service. So my account is right now, you see that I am using a trust account. So this is Jerry at jerryasir365.onmicrosoft.com. So right now, because I'm setting up my environment, it's using the onmicrosoft.com domain. But what you can do that if you have your own domain, something like contoso.com or company.com, you can add your domain inside SharePoint, and then there is a process in Office 365 which allows you to register your domain in Office 365. So your employees will be able to log in to the site directly using their own domain name, something like Cherry at contoso.com, Adam Barr at contoso.com, or something like that. So I will be able to, let me log into the service. Now this is, once I log in, I will be on the home page of Office 365, and here you see that I have different options available to me. This is basically the admin screen of Office 365 together, and based on your subscription, you will find different options available here. You see that this is Office 365 Exchange section. So if I come here to this page, I can click on Manage, and then it will take me to Office 365 Exchange administration screen. And there is link, and there is the SharePoint here as well. So also you see that there is Office desktops, apps are available here, so you can basically go and download the Microsoft Office 2010 apps, for example, SharePoint, Office, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Visio, and basically it's a Microsoft Office Professional Plus, so you can download it here. You see here, if you want that I'll show you the user management, so you see here that the basic setup information is written right here. If I click on overview, it will show me that what are the basic setup overview, what the things will happen, and it will also guide you what you can do. Like if you want to do PowerShell, like if you want to run SharePoint deployment through the PowerShell commands, you can do that. There is a single sign-on section which allows you, which guides you on how you can set up single sign-on with your SharePoint deployment with your local Active Directories. You can also do Active Directory synchronization, so that all the users who are basically in your Active Directory right now will automatically move to the Office 365 portal. Another thing that you can see here, that there is a user section here. So if I click on users, you will find all the users which exist in Office 365 site. So if I click on new, I can click add new user, and I'll give it a name. I'll say Sheen Parent, and I will see it's as parent, and you see the domain. So there is a domain registration. If you want to have your domain there, you can do that, and you can also provide additional information if you want. Job title, department, office. So I'll leave it as is now. I'll click next. Then the next screen will show you how you want to have the permissions. Do you want to add him to a certain role? If it's something to do with administration of the Office 365, you can click no for the time being. Plus the location, so you can specify the location for him so that the fastest access to data center is provided to him. So let me select Saudi Arabia for now, and I click next. Now the next thing is basically the license page. You can see that there are different types of licenses based on your subscription. So I have an E3 plan and K2 plan. So you can see the difference between both of them. The E3 plan is basically providing all of the services like Office, Link, SharePoint, Office Web Apps, and Exchange. But on the other hand, K2 plan has limited capacity. It does not provide you Link, and it does not provide you what else? Office Professional Plus. So you see what I can do, that I can assign him a license. So I provided him E3. So based on your license, when the user will log into Office 365 portal, he will have only those options available to him that he has a license is assigned. So you see that I got an email for user, and you see once he has his account, I can come here to my link client. You see I have Link installed on this machine. So you see here that the Jerry is logged in here. So I will just log out this user and say sign out, and I will paste the username of as parent, and you see that I'll click sign in, and you'll find that he will be able to log into the site, log into a link online straight away, because you already have the, sometimes it takes a little bit time in syncing, but normally users is able to log in straight away. So here is the password, and you see that the user is now will be able to log into link and will be able to communicate directly. You see saying your you should be able to change your password. I don't want to do that right now. Now let me just go and show you some other things like there are different ways that you can manage security, that security groups. You can create groups of people. Let's say you can say IT people, and you can save, and then in the group you can add some members. So let's say I add Adam Barr and then Andrews, and say add, and you see that those people will be added to that group. So groups are there just like an Active Directory group. You can have a group of people, and then you can add them to a SharePoint site. You can add them to Exchange, or you can add them to anywhere else that you want. Domains is the segment. So you see here that I have a domain called jerryyasir365.onmicrosoft.com. This is the demo domain which is provided in the demo account. But if you want, you can add a new domain, and you have to write something like mendoza.com. And then you have to write the other information like the IP addresses of the host. So you see that where you are hosting your domain on the internet. So you have to write a DNS record. If I'm providing it on GoDaddy, there is a complete process that guides you on how to do that. So I don't need to demo it right now, but if you are an IT pro and you want to register your domain to the to online services, you can simply do that by following this process. And let's go back and look at the other things. You see here that it's basically put basic name here, and the rest you will have to just verify. It's normally take around 2 days to get verification for your domain. Now next thing is the subscription. So you see, if I click on manage, I should be able to look at my subscriptions that I have. You see that it's basically provide me all the current subscription that I have. So you see I have an E3 plan which has 25 users, and what are currently assigned and what are left. So you see here there's no licenses are assigned, so it's empty. If you want to do assign now, you will go to a page where you will select the users and assign them licenses. If you don't want, if you want, you can go and purchase some other licenses, like you can purchase trial, or you can purchase the online archiving for Exchange server. So you can buy a trial for the time being, and then later go to the buy. And everything that you do it here. You don't go to any other place. You just enter your credit card information, and then you can buy it straight away. And other thing like support, if you go to overview section, you will find lots of tickets. So you will be able to create a new, you can get solution for common issues like resetting a password or delegating administration to certain people. And there is also a diagnostics tool available in Office 365. Once you download it, it gets installed on your machine, and it gets all the information that is required to connect to SharePoint Online from a desktop and save it for you so that you can send it to the support people when they connect you. So if you look at service health, it will show you that what are the current status of the Office 365 services. You see that it's showing that what are the available online every day. So you see that this is today, so all the services are up and running. There was small additional information here. So if you click on that, it will take you why it happened and what Microsoft did to fix it, and why it happened, all the stuff is given here. If you want, you can also look at the planned maintenance of the service, when the service Microsoft will do some updates, and when it might be available, not be available for a certain amount of time. So you can look at it and plan your maintenance accordingly. Now let's take a look at some other thing. Now this is the information. So this is my information. I can go and look at the preferences of this account. So you see I can provide the address and the domain and the language that I want. SharePoint Online support all the languages that are supported in the on-premises deployment, so you can use it the way you want. So let me just quickly show you something like the admin screen. So let me go back to admin overview, and I'll show you quickly the Exchange, link, and the desktop. So I'll say you see read updates. So if you click on that, it will take you to a page which will show you the segment to do this. So see, when I click on email section, it is showing me that this is your email, so I'll say yes. So I will add you know, my time zone, and I'll click OK. You see that all the information that I've been doing, I'm creating users, and this information is coming on this email. So you see here how quickly I have access to all my emails right away in Office 365. And it's a complete experience. If you want to link it with your Outlook desktop, within a few seconds you can do that. You see that this is the link online services. There are some settings that you should look at, that who are the users who have access, who don't. If I go back, you know, I don't have anyone to use right now, but if somebody had Exchange, you know, you can use any of this account and log in and start chatting with me straight away, wherever you are in the world. Okay, so let me go back to the admin page and look at some other things, like if you want to reset password, add a new user or something like that. All of this thing is available, plus all the help you need is also available here in Office 365 homepage. Okay, so this is I think the quickest introduction. I didn't show you the SharePoint managed screen, so I'll click on that, and it will take me to a SharePoint administration screen. So I will show you what's there and what you can do. But this is something that the administration screen has. Now let me go back to the slide. So let me just quickly show you that what is SharePoint Online. So remember that SharePoint Online is basically a part of Office 365. So one thing that you should know, that not all of the services that are available in the on-premises deployment of SharePoint are available on on-premises deployment of SharePoint 2010 will not be available to the cloud-based hosting. So there are small things there are few things which are missing. So Microsoft is basically adding all of those things slowly to the SharePoint Online. In respect to you know, with respect to different workloads of SharePoint, in the on-premises deployment with respect to sites and communities. Remember that SharePoint Online does not support publishing portals. You know, in the future releases of Office 365, it might be added. Plus, also in terms of content management features of SharePoint 2010 on premises, you will not get e-discovery or document or record centers site on SharePoint Online. In terms of search experience and search workload of SharePoint 2010 on premises, the thing that's not available is the fast search. So fast search or unified search is not available in the SharePoint Online version. And also performance point services, or there's no way that we can deploy full trust code in the SharePoint Online. So for business intelligence features are not provided as part of SharePoint Online. But this is something like a general overview. You will find that some of the ways that you can do all of this stuff. It supports development of applications through sandbox solutions. It supports Silverlight and JavaScript applications. So you can develop lots of things using SharePoint Online. But let me just go through the features one by one. So again, just before I do that, the difference between SharePoint Online and SharePoint on premises, if you have ever used SharePoint 2010 before, the only difference is that the SharePoint Online, SharePoint on premises, or something that's deployed on your own data centers. But in terms of SharePoint Online, it's done by Microsoft. Hardware on premises, you have a certain hardware in your data center, like a server, or like a bunch of servers are needed. But on SharePoint Online, it's a shared cloud service. When you go to the management of your SharePoint on-premises deployment, you have a central administration screen available to you. But on the SharePoint Online, you are basically part of a huge, multi-tenant environment, and you are given your own tenancy administration, which is called the Office 365 administration or SharePoint administration scheme. In terms of development or customization, in on-premises, you have no control. You can do anything. I mean, no control is not a bad word. You have no limitation. You can go and develop all kind of partial and full trust code. Mean you can develop web parts, you can develop Silverlight applications, you can develop custom pages, and you can do everything you want. But in terms of SharePoint Online, you have only partial trust code available. It means the sandbox solutions. So you cannot develop normal visual web parts. Although sandbox-based visual web parts can be used, but but no direct visual web parts or application pages are supported. But remember that all other kind of SharePoint customization, again, SharePoint development is my favorite topic. So SharePoint customization, for example, ribbons and dialogues are completely supported. You can use them. In terms of the authentication, in the on-premises, most likely you will be using Active Directory, but on the SharePoint Online, Microsoft supports ADFS 2.0 and Office 365 ID. So if you don't have an Active Directory, if you're a small company, you don't need to have this Active Directory infrastructure to be deployed on your environment. You can simply go to the SharePoint Online portal and create username and passwords very, very easily. So now let's take a look at the different configuration and extensibility options. SharePoint Online again consists of features which are available even on your on-premises deployment of SharePoint. So don't consider that once you go to SharePoint Online, all of the SharePoint on-premises features will not be there. No, all of the out-of-the-box web parts, workflows, site templates, lists, and libraries will be available in SharePoint Online as well. Okay, so you don't need to consider what's not there and what will be there. But in terms of design, if you want to change the look and feel of your SharePoint Online sites, you can still use SharePoint Designer. Okay, and SharePoint Designer gives you ability to write no-code workflows. You can use Visio to design your workflows, and then you can deploy it using you can deploy them using SharePoint Designer. You can still develop master pages using SharePoint Designer, and you can copy them. You can directly open them in SharePoint Designer by opening your site directly in SharePoint Designer and then customize it. Again, all the kind of site templates are available and you can customize them. You can develop them using sandbox solution and deploy them to your SharePoint site. Now, in terms of extensibility, yes, Visual Studio 2010, the standard tool that we will use. Sandbox solutions can be developed. Silverlight and JavaScript client object model is supported. Plus, you can use the web services of SharePoint that uses behind the scene the SharePoint object model. But again, this is just a quick introduction of SharePoint Online extensibility. But remember that I will be talking about how you can customize SharePoint Online using the extensibility model, which means Visual Studio and SharePoint Designer, in more details on Monday, June 25 at around 10 a.m. in Saudi Arabia time. So it's called Microsoft Mondays, and if you search for Microsoft Mondays Saudi Arabia June or Microsoft Mondays June 2012, you will be able to find blog posts and the sites where all the information about these events there. So if you are a developer and you don't like this IT Pro stuff, you can come there and I'll show you how to extend Office SharePoint Online. But before I move on, that Office 365 SharePoint Online customization is not the only option. Basically, you can do development of all the three levels. You can develop applications for Link, Exchange, and also Office client. So it's a huge thing. If you want to look at learn more about development, there is basically a Microsoft training available on Channel 9. If you go to channel9.msdn.com, search for SharePoint Online or Office 365 development training, you will find very nice training with step-by-step hands-on labs. Now, quickly, let's take a look at SharePoint Online administration. So again, if you are, if you are in premises, you know that most of the administration you do it in the central administration, but you don't have the central administration available in your SharePoint Online. SharePoint Online has Microsoft Online Administration Center, where you can do all the administration of SharePoint Online. You can create site collections. You can look at the quota. You can manage info platform services. You can manage Active Directory sync. You can manage passwords. You can do all of the things that you can do as you do in the on-premises deployment. But remember, central administration is not available in SharePoint Online. You can see by the picture on the right side that basically you are in a multi-tenant environment. Multi-tenancy is a feature that you can enable in the on-premises as well if you have certain requirements, but it basically you don't have the layer of farm administrator central administration. It's only available to Microsoft. You are basically responsible for managing your own site collection, all site collections, and the features inside the site collections. So these are some of the other features which are available inside the SharePoint Online. So you look at if you look at the site part, you will find that the site part includes all the features like audiences, like lightweight public-facing sites, cross-browser support, and multilingual support. All of these features are available there. In terms of communities, yes, lots of the My Site capabilities that we have in the on-premises deployments are available. So every user will have his My Site on My Profile first, and then he will have My Site and all the information like the discussion forums, keywords, suggestions, notice board, organization browser, photos and images, social bookmarks, and all of these stuff that is available in My Site will be available in SharePoint Online as well. In terms of content, so again, lots of the features of SharePoint content management like document sets, document IDs, legal holds, and rich media management like asset library is available inside SharePoint Online as well. So you can have something like, you can also develop Word automation services to convert documents from one file type to another. In terms of search, the biggest thing that was an issue in the previous version of Office 365, I mean BPOS, that you cannot search cross-site collection. But in 2010, this feature is still available that you can now search cross-site collection. More than that, you can also search based on metadata, means the tags that users are putting on the documents. You can search on that. People and expertise search feature is available. Search scopes are available, and you can have search centers for your enterprise deployment. In terms of business intelligence, lightweight business intelligence is available. Access services are added to business, Office 365. It means that you can upload your access sheets in the browser, and they will work right like a normal, normal Excel sheet, just like on-premises deployment. Visio services is also available. It means that you can build connected Visio diagrams to the SharePoint data that's available on SharePoint Online. And then once you deploy them to the SharePoint Online, people will be able to browse them. In terms of composites, yes, access services you can use if you have worked with Access before and you have developed some nice Access databases with forms and diagrams, forms and reports. You can deploy those Access services, Access databases to SharePoint Online as well. Again, you can customize SharePoint using browser, or you can customize using SharePoint Designer. And also you can also have business connectivity service.
I have a question, please.
Yeah, sure. Hello? Yes, can you please type the question in the Q&A window? It will be a lot easier for me to answer it. Just make sure you go to the Q&A section and just type your question, and then I will be able to answer it. I guess somebody else.
Okay. Can you continue?
Okay, thank you. So the thing that's available in Office 365 is BCS. So if you have some business data on the cloud, like if you have an WCF service, if you have SQL Azure available to you, so you can bring all those data that's on the cloud right inside SharePoint Online as well. So you can also develop your stuff that's there. But remember that full trust code is right now not supported, but in the future release that it might be available as well. So let me just quickly go through and show you a demonstration of SharePoint Online. The first thing I'll show you that once you go to your home page of Office 365, you will find a link here called Team Site. So this is basically, the Team Site is always a very, very important part of SharePoint. So most of the SharePoint sites you see is basically, you see people are using Team Site to collaborate on projects and information. So you see that this is the online portal. So you see this is my URL of the site. So whenever I browse this, it will ask me for authentication from portal, and once I logged in, I can do a single sign-on. You see here that all the features of a SharePoint site are available here. I can change the look and feel of the site just like I do it in the on-premises deployment. So I can add web parts. I can I can change the look and feel of the site directly from here. You see that all the web part sections are available. So I can add lists and libraries just like on the on-premises deployment. But again, this is a nice view. You don't find it in the on-premises most of the time. So you see that you can add web parts in this rich Silverlight way. You see here, I just added a web part. So again, I did it just to make sure that you don't have any confusion in your mind that SharePoint Online is a little bit different than the SharePoint on-premises. No, the basic features are exactly the same, just like the on-premises deployment. And again, if you look at the other features, if you look at what other things are available on SharePoint Online, so let me go back to my online portal. And I'll show you that how I can create sites and how I can work with the SharePoint Online. You see here, when I go to the manage part in my SharePoint, if I click on that, I will go to the manage administration screen of SharePoint. The first thing I'll find that there is a section called Administration Center, SharePoint Online Administration Center. It will take me to the manage site collection page. So if I go to manage site collection page, it will show me what are the current site collections that I have. So if I want, I can also create a new site. So you see here, I can only create one public site, and then I can create as many private site collection as I want. So I've already have the public site available to me, which is anonymous site. I'll show you that as well. So I'll click on create a private site, and then you see that the same UI is available there, and it will ask me in the title. So I'll say demo SharePoint site. And then it will ask me for the domain name and of course the manage path. There is a site and teams available. I can say 123, or I can enter demo SP. And again, you can find all the languages supported for you. And you see there is Arabic as well. So if you want to develop multilingual sites, all are supported. So for the demo purpose, I will create English. I have one Arabic language, so I can choose. So this is my time zone, so I will say +3 UTC, and of course the administrator, so I will say Jerry, and it will automatically go to the SharePoint Office 365 user management and bring the user. Plus you see that you have some disk space available to you. So the difference here is that when you create an on-premises SharePoint site, it never asks you for the storage. Although the quota section is available there, but it will never ask you to specify the amount. But this is because this is a cloud-based service. You have to enter your storage quota. You see that I had something like 20 GB available, so I took some of them already. So I can enter something like 1000 MB, so it's 1 GB disk space that's available to you. And plus there is a quota for the sandbox solutions. So I can specify that 3,300 is my limit that I have right now, and I want to take 300 from there. So let's say I want to have 500 of them. This quota means that when my sandbox solutions will take this quota, the sandbox solution will stop working. So if you write any bad code, you will find that you will have serious problem in this site collection. You see here that once I create site, it does not create it straight away. It basically does it behind the scene. So once this process will finish, it will give me a link for the site. And on the top of the page section, it's showing me that how much disk space I have and how much resource space I have. If you want, you can go and buy more disk space from Microsoft, and the process is pretty much straightforward. Plus, if you want to do some administration of this site, you can select that site and see the properties. So it will show you the information about the property, the title, description, is default, site, etc. What is the current storage, how much is being used, etc. Plus, you can also change the owner, so you can manage administration or add a support partner. So somebody, you hire a company who's a Office 365 specialized, and you can just add them to the site, and then you will be able to basically provide them access to your SharePoint site collection so that they can be able to support you. So again, there is same information here as well, the source quota. So it shows you that you can change the value here. It's 500 MB, so I can say I will provide it 900 MB. And when you want to send email when this quota is about to reach, it's 85%. So I can click save, and then the information will automatically get updated here. So you see here, it will not do it right away. It will slowly do it because it's a cloud-based storage, so it assigns that storage slowly to the site. And let's take a look at these sites. So if I click on open, and this is my basic site collections. So this I already showed you that, and let me go to other one as well. And I just click on them and then open them one by one, and we'll go through them just to make sure that we understand that what kind of sites we can build. Let me show you a French site. So this is the language of the site is French, and you can also look at one of the public site, which is the web-based site. Let it done, and then I'll show you. This is basically example of a public site that I have. A public site is basically a site that you can build for, you see this is the publishing portal that I choose for it. So you see that all the features of publishing are available here, but they are limited. They don't provide you the flexibility that like an on-premises deployment of SharePoint. You see here, it's basically a publish option. Just like there is a workflow when I publish it, I will be able to deploy the changes. And you see this is the French-based site, so I can click on the drop-down and find that it will allow me to do all the different languages. If I want, I can enable the MUI level. So if I try to find it, I think this is the one. You see, I have all other languages available, so I can choose English. Let me choose here E. Where is English? It's not sorted. I think the English is written. This is English, or maybe. So I can click OK on here, and you find that now it's showing English to me, and I can change the language to Arabic. And you will find that automatically the language option will change to Arabic. So this is, I think, the nice way that based on the area where your users are using, they can switch the language on that. And you see this is another site example which I created in Arabic, especially in the Arabic language. And another thing that I wanted to show you is the public-facing site that you can use, especially in the public, as a public site, as a public company. Just like name of my company. So if I go here, you see this is an example of a customization-based website that you can use to sell something. So you see here, this is a contoso.com page, and it shows me some information on the home page. The best thing about this site is that it's completely customizable. If I click on member login, it will basically it will do auto single sign-on, and once I go back to the site, basically this is the home page. So if I go to the home, okay, so you see the home page is available to me as HTML. So basically you see that there is a style sheet. If you want to attach it, you can write some custom style, like I'm not a CSS guy, but you can apply CSS here. You can copy paste your CSS file, and then it will be available straight away in your code. You see here dot heading, and then you have to do something like that. I'm not sure what to do. So any style you have, you can apply it here, and then you can use it. Plus you see that this content is completely customizable. Just simply click on that, and you see that I can have a bold, underline straight away, and then I can change the font even to bigger. And this is the UI. I can click OK, and you'll find that it will be applied straight away. And you can see that I can save it, and you see that this is the different sections of type of color scheme that I want to apply. You see, I can click on that and it will automatically change the style sheet for me. There's footer section. So if you click on footer, I can say I can write some link here. So I say I feel that everybody wants something like that. So I can say Facebook.com. All these links, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn are always on the link. So I can click OK here, and in the footer you will find the Facebook link is there. So you can just set it up as you want. So I can say Twitter, and you can put at Jerry Yasir, and you'll find that it basically added the Twitter with a separator as well. And again, because it's a CSS thing, you can get the CSS and then you can change it accordingly. And again, there is a background. So if you want to apply a background image, you can select it and you can apply the background image. So because now why I'm telling you this, but this scenario is for a small to medium enterprise which just want an HTML based site for customization. So again, this is all HTML running on the server. So if you want, you can put your Silverlight based and JavaScript based applications right in this page, and then you will be able to run them and make them available as a site. So you don't need to spend a lot of money on buying a domain name. Okay, so you see here that I can come here and type anything. So I say welcome to the SharePoint Online. You see all is writable. Let me just change it, welcome to SharePoint Online, and I can do bold, italic, underline right in the browser. So you see here all of these are zones, so it basically allows you to do anything. You can change the styles. You see all the styles are there. So let's say if I come here and say I want to apply a style, so it will give me the different styles available to me plus themes. So you see that there are so many kind of themes available to you. So you can apply a theme here, okay, because it will just try to download the images now, and text. So you can change the text based on where you are, location. So if you are here, you can specify how you want to show it. You see, basically taking you different formats, no fill, solid. So you can do all this kind of rich HTML design. Plus you see that lots of other things can be added with the insert. For if you are here, you can insert a map and directories. So you can provide address to any place like Saudi Arabia. And then you can type the address of the location, and then automatically SharePoint map will be visible here. I don't have a map right now. Let me try something like, I don't know, Salah. This is just a guess, okay? I'll click OK. So it's say because it's going to the map services don't find. So basically to find this address, you can go to the map and just click on the address and copy paste it here. It will show up automatically. And again, you can add HTML, you can add the map, you can add videos, you can add contact, and lots of other stuff that you can do. There are lots of gadgets available freely, and plus there are gadgets available on SharePoint Office 365 marketplace, and you can buy them and use them in your deployments. And you can also do preview, and of course to do the preview you have to save the event. So this is the save button. Save and publish will automatically publish these changes to online. But this is basically the end user part, mostly how you customize the site. But there are some other features that you should look at. SharePoint Online support InfoPath form services. So if you want, you can develop rich InfoPath forms. So let me give you a quick example of that. I will go to my team site, and I will just say site action edit with SharePoint Designer. So you see, I'm just opening this site in SharePoint Designer, and it's opening, and you see it's basically will log in automatically. And then I'll show you how basically you can customize the look and feel of a SharePoint list. So what I'll do, I will create a small list and then customize the InfoPath form of the list. So this is lists and libraries. So I'll go quickly and create a custom list. I will name it request what's any kind of request, like location request. This is a popular one. So again, I'll go to location request, and then I will add some columns. So this is the title. I will say single line of text. I will say number of days, and the type of is single line of text because I've already typed it. This is a bad thing. Number of days, and then I'll say add new column, something like date and time. So let's start date, and another date time, and say and date. Another column called single line of multi-line of text, and say description. Okay, so you see this is my list. I'll just save it, and the next thing I need to do is to go in and preview this list in browser. So you see, I'll select it and say preview in browser, and you find that my list is available there. So I can now go and add new item. But you see, when I do add new item, this boring kind of SharePoint dialog appears. So if I want to customize the form, I'll just go here. Go to this place, and I will go and click on customize form option. You see, when this option is right here available, so I can click on OK, and automatically the same form that I have for the list will open right inside InfoPath. Now, if you know InfoPath, you can do anything here. You can customize it, the look and feel. Here I can add new row above, and then I can merge it the way I want. I can change the background. So all these options of formatting are available. So border and shading, you can say please put something like blue color, and I will say location request. I will select it, make it white, and of course I will make it a little bigger. And if you want, you can also insert images from the gallery and use them available. And you see, I will just customize it a little bit here, and I will also change these strings, and I'll say something like 500 characters only. And you see, the next thing I need to do is to simply, if I want to change the color scheme also, it's also available. So you can change it. You see, if I want to apply this color or this one, maybe I can do that. And then simply you have to click this button right here called Quick Publish. And once you do the Quick Publish, this form will go back and automatically get attached to the list item. So if I click on View in browser, the form will be available. Then I click on Add New Item, and you see that now this form become a little rich form. So instead of a boring one. Another thing that you can do here is that you can also have workflows. So if you go to list settings, and you can go to the workflow settings, and you'll find that there is an add workflow option available. So I can say add workflow, and you see that there are 2 out-of-the-box workflows available there. But if you want your custom workflow, just go to the SharePoint site, and there is a workflow section right here, and I can just go and add a workflow. So you see here, there's a list workflow. I can say that this is a location request, and say request approval, and I can click OK. And what I will do, I will just simply assign a to-do item to something, and workflow will finish. So make it easy, I will just say insert action, and I will say custom task process. Custom task process here, and I will say this user. It will simply connect with the site and say assign a task to participant. I will assign it to myself. So I will say Jerry, and I'll try to find it. And this is Jerry Yasir, and I'll add it here, and I click OK. And I will do one more thing. I'll say action add to log list, and say thank you. There is no check, there is no if condition. I'm just showing this quick workflow. You see, I can click publish, and this workflow will get attached to this kind of item in very, very quick way. One thing that I didn't do, that I never said that when this workflow should start. Normally you go to the workflow properties and you say that workflow will start automatically when the item is created. So if you click on this workflow here, sorry, double click, and you see this option, start this workflow when the item is created. Let me publish it. And once I click cancel, you will find one request approval is there. I can go back and say add new item. I'll say title Jerry and number of days, I hope so 50, and I will enter a start date and an end date, and justification. No SharePoint. Okay, and I'll click save, and you'll find that if my workflow is attached, you see it's in progress right now. If I click on that, you will find that a task has been assigned to Jerry. Once Jerry will come here and he'll say, I hope to find my manager myself. So I'll say approved. I'll click approve here, and you will find that workflow will automatically finish, and your sign thank you message will appear in the toolbar. Okay, so you see this this way that we can develop workflows. Another thing that I wanted to show you is basically the sandbox solution options, but somehow I was not able to make the sandbox solution work. I have one solution. I can upload it and show you. You see that there is a solution gallery here. So if you go there, you will find you can go and upload a solution. So let me just do it. I have one solution somewhere on my machine. I think I have 5 minutes to do that. So I'll go to projects, and I think I have a Silverlight something. Yeah. So I'll go to hello world. No, not really. I'll go to demo, bin, release, debug. And here's my WSP, so I'll copy the path, and I'll say browse, go to this library and download the WSP. So I will go there. I'm not sure the solution works, but anyway, I'll click activate. Now you will find that Silverlight demo is basically adds a folder in my machine with the Silverlight web part. So how can I show you that this has done something? If I go to all files, you will find a folder here called client bin. So I have to just refresh it. If that feature is enabled, which I think it's not, so I will go to site action, site settings, and in the let me check it in the file, in the site features, and you see that this Silverlight demo feature 1 is added here. I will click activate, and if I go back to my SharePoint designer again, I will refresh it by clicking on this option, and you'll find that a client bin folder is added here, right here, you see. And this has a Silverlight app.zap file. I will try to use it. So let me try. If the luck is with me, it should work. I'll click add item. I'll go and say insert Silverlight web part. There's more web parts. So I'll say Silverlight and add. It should ask me the location of the site. And it's configured, and I will put it here and try to say like this. I think I have some issue with my browser Silverlight version, because I just upgraded to Silverlight 5 and this thing stops working. It says it should have a fixed width, so I'll say 400 and 500. I click OK. And let's hope. Seems like it's loading. Yeah, leave it loading. But you guys should have the concept. Again, it's a Silverlight web part. It's doing something. For some reason, it's not working. But at least I gave you a demonstration of that we can use Silverlight in SharePoint Online. Okay, so there are so many other things that I can show you. But if I go back to my site, I can show you that you can use user profile. So if I go to my SharePoint site and I go here and in the SharePoint Online Managed Site Collections, I have my site. So if I click on my SharePoint site, if I click here, you see that it basically gives me my profile. So if I click on my profile, Yeah, I have something like my site available to me. So you see, I have some information about me. Automatically, my organization chart is being filled up. I can see everybody. You see who is in the organization. So you see here that Madrin and all these guys are here. I can click on them and see their information. I can click on the person name to go to his my site. I have all the information regarding tagging, rating, colleagues, membership. All of this information is available as a my site. Plus, this is my profile, but if I want, I can also have my site, which will give me a place to store information that belongs to me only. So now as I click on the content, a new site collection will be created for me only as a user. So as an individual user, a new my content is being added, okay, and where I will be able to store sites. So this is basically a personal site, okay. So, there are so many other features there. For example, user profile is there. You can go and look at how many people are there and what profiles, the number of profiles are available. If you have used BCS before, you can also create BCS profiles, BCS entities, and then deploy them in SharePoint, but they only support WCF services and SQL Azure. You can also have term store, which means you can have tagging rating system. So you see here, you can come here and create tagging content. Secure store, single sign-on services are available. So just like in the previous session when we looked at claim-based, you can also do single sign-on using SharePoint Online as well. So that was a very quick introduction. I guess the time is more time is required if you look at all the features and all the demos. But I guess you can get the idea from here. Just to say it again, that please note that SharePoint Online is available in Saudi Arabia. You can go to Office 365 Microsoft.com and then simply subscribe. Create a username and password, and you will get a 3 months account, and it will have all the services enabled until 25 users. If you want more users, just connect with the Microsoft Saudi Arabia. They might give you 300 users for 3 months. Okay, so please connect your Microsoft account manager and request him to provide you extended accounts. So I'm available here. My contact address is right here. Let me show you that. So this is my email and Twitter and Facebook. So if you have any questions, just drop me an email, or I will be sure to be able to reply. If you have any questions, you can put it in the Q&A, and I will be able to reply it as well. So thank you very much. I hope you like this session, and be there on 25th of June for the SharePoint Online development session. Thank you very much.